Welcome back, everyone. Today is the 3rd of March, and Equinox has given us a little surprise, which is the GameFound for Roots of Corruption, the retailer pledge reveal. Now, many of you have seen the website already, but we're going to go through it. There are some new changes, and I'll just really highlight that in terms of what I'll do in my summary of where we are. So let's hope we have some fun as we go through and discover some new things together in terms of what's coming with the next set. I know some of you are feeling FOMO of missing out on Seeds of Unity. I am likewise missing out. We're still 3 weeks or maybe anywhere between 2 to 3 weeks away from receiving our product. In the US, we are still very much luckier than our Brazilian friends who have got no delivery date. I know that people in France and now some parts of Europe are starting to get their product this week, so looking forward to seeing how people's pre-releases go. But let's go through the Roots of Corruption update that came through today. I will just pause on the parts that are still there and very quickly drive back the darkness. A breach has opened the heart of the Naus, and as the world tree withers, the Rika capital collapses. Something dark and unknown emerges from the Naus, corrupting everything. Asgarthans and Rika must organize to fight back and seal the breach. All right, Roots of Corruption being the 6th set. This is what they've already said. Collect over 300 new cards, including 12 Exalted cards and brand new corrupted illustration treatments of some of the old cards. Looks really, really cool. Nothing has changed here. 300 new cards, as we said. I do want to go through and have a look. The art looks awesome so far. I love how this set is going dark. Why back now? And I think very quickly here, earn exclusive rewards by unlocking stretch goals. So this is something I didn't have in the first set, and we're going to talk a little bit about it as we go through. That if you back through the GameFound, now there's finally something, a benefit to you for doing that as opposed to the store. We'll see whether or not this works in getting people to book direct. There's more margin for Equinox to be made there, but you've got to find that fine balance in terms of the stores backing us and this. I hope there is some things that go to the store. They called it the GameFound Topper, a backer exclusive booster you could improve with a campaign, and there's a dollar value associated to that before you're able to get it. And then you can take part in the community votes and shape the campaign. And I do like that they're kind of doing some level of stretch goals. We're going to get to see that as well. And flexible payments. So you have 3 installment options with stretch pay. I actually really like that. Especially for many of us that are having to basically make a pledge before receiving anything from Seeds of Unity. So what you can see here in the campaign, we've March 3rd. This is the reveal season, as I've called this video, the retailer pledge, though I don't have access to the retailer site myself, but I'm interested to see what happens there. I'm going to go into my local game store to see what they have and what differs for them. But really, the reveal season begins before we even get anything. March 10th, though, so that is next week, 7 days before this, following this reveal, the campaign will launch. And we will have basically 8 days. No, let's have a look at it. Campaign in 10 days. It feels very, very quick to be able to make your backing. And it looks like we have not pushed this date back, even though there has been some delays in getting worldwide distribution of Seeds of Unity. All right, let's go through here. The set overview that is already been revealed beforehand. So we know about the champions. So the first one being Gretel and Rust. Looks great. I think this is going to be my favorite of the Bravos heroes just by looking at the art. But my favorite hero in this set so far, of the 3 that have been revealed, we know there's 3 more that are probably returning heroes, is Yongi and Ember. Love this Lyra hero. And of course, Sam and Spook, or Spook, I'll just call it Spook, that many people have really enjoyed. That there's the card advantage that they have. Looks fantastic. Once again, they've done a phenomenal job in getting this out there. Themes and mechanics, we know that they're going to be introducing feats, some additional supportability benefits. So you can get benefits from playing cards and that trigger those support abilities. And then discarding, in this case, basically putting things into your discard, then get benefits from that. That's really more for the Izmir hero, but we'll see if anything else comes of that as well. So that's really cool. The corrupted cards we've seen before. There's a fantastic looking Esmeralda. So cheaper, I believe it's a little cheaper, but also gives you more benefits. But you have to be, in order to get the greatest strength, you have to actually activate something. In this case, you have to activate one of your X abilities to be able to not make Esmeralda have fleeting. But I really like that we're looking at here in terms of the other kinds of cards. So these are your corruption cards. Look really cool. Love it. I'm trying not to take too much time going through what we've already seen. The Exalted cards are back. 6 of them are going to be Exalted Plagues. The other 6 are going to be Exalted Feats. So 1 in each faction for each of these 2 areas. Love it. I do believe there is a limit, though, when you're making your deck building decisions. I think you can only select 3 Exalted cards. So if you've got to choose between these 2 options here or the ones that have already come out in Seeds of Unity as well. And then lots of cool things for the collector. So the Evil Eye kind of cards, alternate arts. You've also got your Shattered Stigmas, which I absolutely love what they've done with these ones. And then the third ones, which is a little bit difficult for some people to see, Awakened cards, basically has the card coming on front of it. It's almost like a 3D art. And you can see that some of the art goes in front of the text. The best way of looking at it is on the flames on the top side, but then also on the feet of the Plague of Arrogance on the bottom. That seem to go over the card itself. There's going to be 6 heroes, and these are the 2 that they've introduced before. And I hadn't really paid attention to these previously, so I don't know if this has just been introduced today or beforehand. These are your alternate cards. So Isari and Pebble I believe then is going to be one of the returning heroes that's going to come back. I don't know who the other ones are going to be, though. And you can see here, those look great. Now, some product presentation. I think this is where we get into something new. Oh, man. A little bit evil looking there, isn't it? But it looks pretty cool. All right, display and booster Roots of Corruption. So Roots of Corruption immerses you into a darker side of the altered universe. Collect rare cards, the 12 Exalted cards, and a million of possible unique cards with these 12-card altered booster packs. So these 12-card packs are back. The box itself is going to give you 24 booster packs. And just like we saw in Seeds of Unity, 1 unique card every 6 packs and 1 Exalted card every 20 packs. So if you buy a booster box, you're guaranteed, well, not guaranteed, I guess, you're more than likely to get 1, potentially 2. So we're really looking at a 1.2 chance of getting more than 1. So 1.2 of these cards per box. You can also open full art heroes, alt art heroes, and shattered stigmas in these packs. And of course, if you do buy any, whether you buy it through your game store or you buy your box through the GameFound, you're going to get a box topper. And there are 24 box toppers, which are basically full art cards that can be played from either Whispers from the Maze and Skybound Odyssey. So far, we've only been revealed that the Hunger looks, and it looks amazing what they've done. I love it. I actually love it. They have to keep it only in the common and the rare because, you know, uniques don't have the ability of knowing what they meant to say. But I think that is wonderful. But what's inside of a Roots of Corruption booster pack? So cards 1 to 9 are going to be common cards. That's the norm. That's basically what we have today, I believe. I do think so. Cards 10 and 11 are going to be rare or out of faction rares, and the card number 12 is going to be rare or out of faction, potentially unique, potentially exalted, or it could also be a hero card alternate art or a hero card full art, or a shattered stigma card. So that's not bad. I wish that we had more access to rares. That's kind of one of my wish list items for those that saw the video for my New Year's resolution for Altered. Like because we're not getting as many packs in a box, it's just so much more boxes you have to open to try to get a playset. And I think that's a downside of the card reduction. Yes, we're getting the same amount of uniques per box, but we're not getting the same amount of rares. I thought by some of the communication that had done previously that we were going to have a better deck composition or pack composition, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Maybe for the next set, huh? Card 13 is a hero card with a token on the back, or an adventure card, or a marker, whatever. Card 13, once you've got your play set, or once you've got one of each, they're useless to me, personally. I do think, like the adventure card and the markers, you only really need, I guess you're going to have new players coming in every set, so you have to keep some of them, sure. I don't know, maybe you put it in the box and give the playset to everyone in the box. All right, special booster. Surprise at every turn. 1 out of every 144 packs is going to be a special booster. This is basically returning, and this started in Skybound Odyssey. It returned in Seeds of Unity, and it's now again in Roots of Corruption. It's interesting that it says 12-card booster pack when we've been told 13 cards here. So I think they're not counting the token card as part of that. So that inside that booster pack, and if you get it, it's fantastic. So basically 1 per case. If there's 6 pack boxes per, you may be able to get 1 there. 20, 40, 72, yeah, about 1 per case on average. So inside these, you're going to find 6 rare cards, 5 unique cards, and an exalted card, which I think is great. That's fantastic to be able to get that. So this is the first time they're telling us what the pack composition will be and what you can get. I love that these are there. It's another chase alternative for people. And I've never opened one myself in the Skybound Odyssey, but I've seen the joy of people when they do get it, and I think it's great. Then they're adding this new part, which is a GameFound topper. So this is really trying to encourage people to buy direct through GameFound to be able to get a special benefit, and it is based on how much money you spend on the products. So for every €200 of purchases on GameFound, you're going to get a special reward, and depending on how the campaign goes, the reward will actually grow. Okay, the GameFound topper includes 1 card to start with, but who knows what you might unlock next. And I think this is a really cool way of getting the community to back here. Like, you could potentially, with your first one, so we only know about the first card that's getting. You're either going to have a Whispers from the Maze or a Scarbound Odyssey full art card, 55% of the chance of the time. My question is, I believe that is the same as the box topper. You know, what we're calling here. Let's make sure here. It might be the same as the box topper, but it says it's exclusive. So not sure, but it looks like it's going to be one of those. Second option is you might get an Evil Eye treatment card, and just so we're aware, the Evil Eye, and I'm just going to keep on scrolling up and down. So the Evil Art card only doesn't look like it even comes in your regular pack. So you're looking here at what we've got. So you can only get it in a collector booster, and now they're saying you may even be able to get it in this booster pack. Not bad. And then a full alt art hero, and let's go back again for the third one. So hero alt art full art standard is basically 0.25% of one of the slots. So difficult to get, but here it's full art alt art hero. So whereas the top one, I'm going to go back again, it's just your standard art. So they're bringing in some of the collector items into here. I think that's great. Now you get one of these for every €200 that you spend. Now once again, this may grow depending on how many people go into GameFound, buy their things directly through them, and I love that. I think that's one of the cool things that was missing in Seeds of Unity. There really wasn't a true stretch goal that you can all benefit from. The one thing that may be later on, but I don't think it is there's nothing if you're among the first people to invest per se, right, or to book their ticket. So upgrade and extend the content in the GameFound topper by reaching key stretch goals, and that would be awesome to see many more of these things come. And I love that you get more depending on how much gets spent. I know some people may not be able to spend more than the €200. I think in most cases, at least a box and a couple of accessories will get you to that, and you'll be able to be part of this and get something for it. Now, the more that you spend, you'd still only get 1 for every €200, so that's not making sure that people that are going to spend a buttload of money get even more. But I love what they've done there. The collector's boosters, so giving us a chance to see what's in the collector's boosters. So they return again. Every card in this deck or in these packs are going to be foiled. Now, the foiled in and of itself. So what's in a Roots of Corruption, Rock as it's known. The first card is a foil hero card or a foil token. Not bad. 50-50 chance of getting one of each. Cards 2 to 7, and I'm not a fan of getting common cards or getting this many common cards. So you're getting 6 common cards out of the pack, and we're going to find out how many are in the pack. I'll just scroll down to the very bottom. So there's 15 cards, and you're getting 6 of the 15 to be common. I wish there was greater composition of rares. They are introducing us to some new cards, so we know that Corrupted Paju is part of it. Pretty cool. Guiding Ocelot, Cleanse, Dawan, Delay the Collapse, and for the greater good, discard a card from your hand. If you do, discard target card in play with base cost 3 or less. Interesting. And this really goes with what you're wanting to do with the new hero. Man, I can't remember the name of it. With Sam and Spook. So look at that. Corrupted Paju looks awesome. And you got the 3 little pigs that are in trouble yet again. So cards 8 to 10. So you still only get 3 rares at a minimum, right? You may be able to get more. 8, 9, and 10 are foil rares. Man, they should have just switched this up. Anyway, Card 11 is an Evil Eye, a common Evil Eye. So it looks like this may be the only place to get the Evil Eyes, and I could be wrong. I just didn't see that. I'm going to scroll back up just a little bit in terms of what we're getting in a regular pack. Yeah, rare. Nothing here that talks about Evil Eye cards, unless they're just part of the regular set, but I always thought that they were going to be alternate art. All right, let's have a look. And then, so you get a common of those as your number 11. It's foil, which looks great. That means that then all Evil Eyes just going to be foil, since we don't hear anything about that. So let's have a look here. A61C, ROCCBA, I don't know. A might be alternate art. Unsure. Card number 12 is a foil Evil Eye rare. So you're going to get one common and one rare. And we can see here the Corrupted Woollyback. There you go. They've had teased this beforehand. Now you're getting a chance to see what it is. And it's actually a character, not a token. Interesting. So you can bring one of those out. And a foil Shattered Stigma rare. So Shattered Stigmas look like they're only going to be coming in the rare. We didn't see any commons available beforehand. And you can get a Shattered Stigma in your traditional pack. Just got to make sure that is there. It's saying it here. Yep, a 1.6% chance of getting one of those as your 12th card in your traditional pack. And then you're getting a guaranteed unique Terrified Ghost 21122 120. When you pass, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a spell, redraw it. And then when you reveal the top card of your deck, if it's a spell, draw it. Potential double draw. That's not a bad unique. Card 14. So you can have a foil unique card. You can have a foil Exalted Feat, a foil Exalted Plague, or a foil Exalted Awakened Plague. So here it's really telling you that the Plagues and the Awakened Plague are going to be much more costly, much more difficult to get here. And that's Sound the Horn, Sound the Herd, interesting. Plague of Arrogance, which we've already seen. And your 15th card could also be another unique. So you could potentially, at a bare minimum, get 3 uniques or better, right? The uniques are considered the bottom end of what you have available to you here. And we've got a Corrupted Aether. Nice. So we're getting a chance to see some more of the Aethers. And in here, you're also getting a chance to see the alternate art Sam and Spook. And also what it would look like when it's a serialized card. And there is 180 cards. Now, when I look at that, I would assume that there is 6 heroes. And you can actually see that because there's 30 per hero that are going to be serialized. And that will be awesome. So hopefully, I wonder if it's real signature or if it's just like a print signature. I wish it was real, but it looks like it might just be a print. So a foil serialized hero, foil unique is 75% of the time, for full art hero 20%, alt art hero 5%, and a serialized hero 100. There's 180 cards, so there's whatever production is, there's only going to be 30 of each. Those will be amazing chase cards, and good luck to anyone that gets them. The starter decks, as we already know, are going to be Yongi and Sam and Spook, basically looking at more the mages or the wizarding style of play, and show us a little bit of that. And within these packs, within these starter decks, you will have a unique, and I believe we've been told that these uniques are only going to come from a specific family. I also believe I heard that the same uniques that you get here from these families are also going to be made available in the other packs, so you don't have to buy a starter to get it, but there's more chance of getting these ones because you get a guaranteed one of Baron, Cibetier, or Mia Prima Ballerina. Interesting. I wonder how they're going to really focus and enhance the benefits of these uniques so you get less duds, right? The other thing to note is the starter deck composition. So there's going to be 40 cards, 29 common and rares that are going to be more about teaching you the mechanics of the game. 9 are what they're going to call synergistic or really tailored to that hero. So you can try to get that the flavor of what these heroes are trying to do. Of course, you're going to get a hero and you're going to get your unique card, and they're including the adventure cards, the rulebook, a playmat, and 19 tokens and player aids, as they're calling it, so as well as some cardboard markers. So basically going back to what we had in the original starter decks and also in the Seeds of Unity one. So high level on the details of each. So we're going to have 90 commons, 180, that is 90 rares and 90 out-of-faction rares, 12 exalted cards, 6 hero cards, so 3 new and 3 returning, and then you've got your uniques. You've got your Evil Eye, so these are your alternate art cards. Evil Eye cards, Shattered Stigma cards, your Exalted Awakened Plagues. You get the chance of getting full art hero cards, alt art hero cards, full alt art hero cards, serialized hero cards. Then on top of that, you can also get Whispers from the Maze, full art cards, Skybound Odyssey, full art cards. My goodness, the thing for me with all this is, if they had done this in set 1, to have some level of chase cards. It would have been fantastic. You would have had people wanting to buy more of the boxes, open more of the boxes. Right now, if you want to get into the game and just get some of these first set boxes, you can get them so cheap. All right, let's have a quick look at the pledges. So they've now been revealed, very high level. So you've got your Discovery Pack, €30, 2 Roots of Corruption starter decks. So you're going to get 1 of each, which isn't bad. And then on top of that, you're going to get 4 booster packs for that €30. I think this is actually a really good deal. It's the same thing that they did last time. The only difference is, I do believe, in the previous set. So for Roots of Corruption, you also got you also got 1 pack from Seeds of Unity. In this one, you're not getting any Seeds of Unity packs, and you're also not getting a Roots of Corruption pack for the same price. So slightly less in terms of what you get. I wish they'd given you a free pack as well. That's what they did last time. I think they should have kept it with that same benefit. All right, let's look at the Exploration Pack. The Exploration Pack here is exactly like we got last time. So one, in this case, €119, same price as before. 1 24-pack booster, and then a 1 box topper, of course, that came later on. It wasn't actually revealed at the beginning, and then you're going to get 1 collector booster pack for the 120. The Legacy Pack is €299, same price as last time as well. In terms of what you get, you're going to get 1 Roots of Corruption booster pack, and then 4 booster. You're going to get 1 booster box, and then 4 booster boxes from the previous sets. Of course, you're not going to get anything from Seeds of Unity because that was a limited release, and that is actually the same as we're getting now. You're also getting your collector booster pack, and in this case, 6 of each of the Whispers from the Maze, Skybound Odyssey, and Trial by Frost promo packs. So the OP promo packs that we're getting, that's what you're going to have. And just remember, the boxes from Skybound Odyssey prior are all 36 booster packs. So not bad. That's exactly the same as last time. The only difference we've had so far is the cheapest one doesn't give you a booster pack. I just want to confirm if that's the case. Yeah, I don't see a booster pack for Roots of Corruption. All right, then that takes us to the Expert Pack, which was also available. Actually, let's see. Was the Expert Pack available? It must have been. I just can't remember it. €300, and in this case, you are getting. Let's see. I'm sure it was. I don't see it. I think it was called. Okay, previously it was called a Supreme Pack. Would be the closest. No, that was a bit more. The Expert Pack, €300, 3 Roots of Corruption displays, and then you're getting 3 box toppers. Of course, every box will get you 1 of those, and 3 collector booster packs for €300. That's not bad, actually, if you look at it for $100, €100 pack to be able to get that. And then you've got the Supreme Pack, which we also had before. Same price, €549. 6 booster displays of 24, 6 box toppers, of course, and 6 Roots of Corruption collector boosters. Same price as before. What's missing is the Legendary Pack. So that's not something you can do before. That was previously something you could get, which was 24 packs, 24 boxes. That's the most cost-effective one to get. You got 24 boxes and 24 collector boosters, but they don't have that available to us. In terms of the add-ons that you can get, you can buy a display for €107, so just slightly more than what you've got, or you can buy a case, which is the 6 for $499. 1 case $499. I'm just going to go up here. If you're buying the equivalent of 1 case for $549, so you're paying an extra €50 to get the additional 6 booster Roots of Corruption collector boosters. So that's the differential in terms of pricing. And then you can buy the starter decks on their own for $30. I don't know why you'd ever do this. You might as well just buy the other one, because that's €30 for the 2 starter decks. You can only buy 1 per order, but you might as well. If I'm going to just go to scroll just a little bit, buy more of these. Cost you the same, and you get 4 packs, right? Because it doesn't say this is limited. So a little bit of a tricks for the trade there. Look for the ones that give you the best value. And then on top of that, you can buy collector boosters. So you can buy 2 of them for €50. That's $25 booster pack for the collector boosters. That's not. I think that's normal price. I think that is. That's quite. It is pretty expensive, but you do get a lot of value for those. And then in terms of accessories, what do you have available to you? The playmat for €23. I like that. I wish it was a different kind of mat, but that's still pretty cool. Who's there being protected? Is that the statue? That's the statue that Matt's built, I believe. And then you got some sleeves. You can get some sleeves for €7, and the woolly back is back. Only 200 of them are now available. It looks like people really wanted them, and they've repeated this. I wish it was a corrupted woolly, would have been really cool, but that's what we're getting for this set, just the regular woolly back, and there's only 200 of them available right now. Some additional details that they've got: if you are going to spend more than €549, you're going to get free shipping, and you can choose as many pledges as many different times as you like, and including multiple of the same one. There's no quantity limit to the pledges and add-ons, except for the collector booster add-ons, which is limited to 2 boosters per person. And part of the reason they're doing that is they want to make that more exclusive to the stores. Now, that's really where they can make a living, they can make a gain, and it can also be part of the price support that they provide us. At the end of the campaign, you have 1 week to finalize your order via the pledge manager, product choice, additional add-ons. So you do have the ability of adding more during that pledge manager period, but everything will be shipped together. So stretch goals, none of them have been advertised yet, but they're going to start being revealed as of next week in terms of how we go. And then for the board game cafes and the retailers, you can click here to see what they have. That includes their pricing, what they are going to give them as free gifts like they did this time, especially when it comes to the Tumult, the Adventure Pass equivalent cards, and I guess the OP stuff as well. And also for pre-release, so what they're going to get that. So there you go. Organized play is the last part of what they've shown as well. So you're going to be able to get adventure passes. Looks like for the adventures, this looks cool. Bastet, awesome. Pre-release events are going to give you some of these. So this is great. Adventure events are your first opportunity to discover the new set, explore new cards and mechanics with a guaranteed unique and the exclusive Bastet alt art for your participation. So we're getting a special alt art card just by attending a pre-release event. Love it. See, that's smart. That's really good. The next one, wig-wagging Kiwi for expeditions. So we're going to have your expedition cards, just like we're getting now, but just attending an event. An in-person event only. And then the Tumult Championship for the season invitation. I think they're allowed to have 2 if they continue what we did before. So top player gets the Roots of Corruption playmat. Then the top 8 will get some awards. The last stand here in terms of what's available. Really cool. Top 8 and top 4. So you have the Out of Faction as well as the Out of Faction. Then I assume would be, I don't know which one's which. I'm assuming Bravos is the common and rare, and the Out of Faction, or maybe the other way, because it says top 4 reward. It probably is on the Bravos being the Out of Faction rare. So Adventure Pass is going to continue. Season Finals is going to continue. World Championship Qualifier, and you can see here, this is the mat for the top top 8 World Championship Qualifier mat, giving us a chance to see that. So we're getting some of the heroes. I'm looking here and saying, I don't know who this hero in the back is. Maybe I'm missing out. I'm circling it there. There's a hero that I don't know who this is either. So are we going to get a chance to see them in set 7? Maybe? No, set 6. They've got to be around. I've got to go look into this a little bit more. And that's it in terms of what is there. The rest is all new. Looking like it's some good stuff. I do wish, once again, my only complaint is that I wish there was more rares in the packs. But outside of that, the set's looking great. But on that, I bid you adieu.